Oh my, look at all of the people. Look at all the people. Oh, you're so good looking. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Please open your textbooks to page 2 poetry at Cush, located deep in the heart of Eugene, Oregon, in the Cush Cafe. Oh, tonight is delicious. I can already tell just looking at you. Oh, with your pretty faces and smiles and grimaces. Who's grimacing? Cut that out. Why, if I didn't know better, I would say y'all came to watch some poetry. As usual, something unusual may casually occur. And that is the best part. There is no telling what kind of poetic things may occur. In other news, as of today, there are 40 days until summer begins. This means sunshine and vitamin D and sunburns. Hells yeah! How very exciting! Speaking of excited, fucking poetry night. Fucking poetry night. For those of you who are new, which there's a lot of you tonight, awesome. Here are some important things for you to know. Number 1, you get 7 minutes of fun. When my alarm goes off, so too must you. By getting on the Cush stage, you consent to be live streamed over YouTube. This is not a competition. This is a loving community. We support each other and we look out for one another.
Right on.
Please be respectful and do not interrupt the performer. As well, turn your cell phones to silent or off. I do not edit for content, so neither should you. Sit back, drink your coffee, eat your scones, shut the fudge up, and watch the show. Because by golly, you're loved, we're loved, and this is page 2 poetry at Cush. Where are we? Where else are we? Eugene, Oregon! Anyway, I will lead us in with a brand spanking new poem. Alrighty, Rooney. Alright. Can I get a fuck yeah? Yeah. Can I get a fuck yeah? Fuck yeah! There we go. It all happened to me during the vivid black and white days of the New West. I had recently acquired a kind, eccentric rock star friend who lived in a castle on an astroturf island between 2 freeways. All of his bathrooms were art exhibits. He lived just below swamp level and it was constantly muggy and moist. There was no carpet, just cement, and he kept desk benches for me and my friends. We talked about something not too important to remember, then we left to go into town. Like many of my dreams, what followed was an intricate road trip through the Dramerican South. Most of the houses were boarded up, campgrounds boarded up, vivid bluegrass played on the stereo. Buildings made of coffins, long forgotten, forest fires continued at the tops of buttes and bluffs. Oncoming traffic spun us out, and then it dawned on me that my rock star friend had forgotten his favorite microphone, or it had been stolen by this angry Texan and his family. In the black and white universe, we reached the piney wooded farmland. Breaking into this dangerous man's house, his daughter gave the mic back with no problems. Stepping outside, there were 2 old couples who forced us back inside, as they were xenophobic and down to see us executed by the old man Logic serial murderer. I witnessed the death of my rock star friend, the tragic death. The death of old man murderer's daughters, and almost my own. I ducked behind a couch, only to find a heavy 12-gauge. I couldn't crack the barrel. So I threw it and myself out of the screen door. and landing on a pile of bolero shirts, hiding in a forest of blue jeans. The psycho killer stalks through the sepia open closet field. I climb up a pile of old animal heads on plaques, making my way further up until I reached an electrified barbed wire fence. I kicked through the bastard and ran down the highway, escaping, and his cattle also escaped, charging forward. A white buffalo covered in $50 bills runs alongside me, passing out. A short Cherokee-looking dude says something about his dog. I wave at him, and he lets me hide in his house, claiming he has more firepower than old man Bigot ever will. I trust Cherokee and his giant dogs. Then I woke up. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Now let's give a warm welcome to the Reverend Andrew Gonzalez. Enter through the poetry slot over there. Give him that.
Man, like I preach up here ever or anything.
That's a joke.
No, I'm kidding. I preach up here all the time. I'm going to preach at you one right now. This is called If You Are Looking for Peace. If you are looking for peace, you will not find it in questions or in answers, no matter how seemingly true or breathtaking in appearance. For there will always be more questions to ask, and there will always be more answers to answer them. And all the answers can be questioned indefinitely. The intrinsic intellectual power of skepticism, a possible but not necessary way to plunder reality. And so, if you are looking for peace, that is, if your soul is stayed upon this goal like an arrow to a target, firm and precise, though there are certain places in which people search for peace which bring no peace into the life, but which bring many another wonderful thing inwardly into the light of awareness, and so all sorts of thought can be worthwhile despite the upper aspiration of the human condition towards values. But remember, what many academicians have long forgotten, enlightenment was never taught by pilfering an information box, where a collection of systematized facts opened up the mind of the believer. However, peace was never taught either, or love, or joy. These are forms of wealth unmeasured by the eye, which accrue over time by steady sailing toward this object. Inward reconciliation. So deep the existential closure at the judgment seat is so unnecessary it is superfluous. In fact, this occurs as grace preaches an ethic that nobody deserves. Still, there is nothing to wait for until this time comes, and yet still distraction comes more often, more for some of us, still looking for peace, still, but the looking is distracting ever still. And so, my friend, sharing the nature and tendencies of my species, if you are looking for peace, you will stop looking for peace. Stop shoving away from you. But drawing within, take a deep breath in, whereby with exhalation you are born again, and confess this one sin, that you are without sin, and yet you blasphemed yourself again. And again, when you heard that peace and love and joy were worthy and noble virtues to inhabit, but thought you'd go without into the world for every vain substitute, consuming culture with trusting hands. The substance was still not corroded within you, but full like a pregnant word, the truth upon your lips drips. And all you have to do is put your fingers up to your lips and taste yourself. There you are, surviving, alive, God damn it. So beautiful. Nature, here I am human, but the qualities ascribed to the gods and religion beat beneath my breast, and they beat in your breast. I can hear them. Would you listen to the hum? It is ultimately no answer. It is ultimately no question. For it is before the answers, for it is before the questions. Therefore, it makes sense that the unconditional would contradict our conditions, whereby we exchange the part of us which goes on and on for the part of us which dies. When one nation thought they heard it simply, like the persistent buzzing of insects at a campsite or the eternal washing and drying of laundry. But Om, then even to the eternal you do not look, but rather you see all of it together like one gigantic picture show of mind. Even here, we need not search, but simply experience that. So when we see, we quest and die, swallowed up by history, we may still be open to that thought. Meaning and lack of meaning is a question and answer game which, though debatably meaningful, has never truly reconciled an estranged soul from a separate world. But in all redeeming moments of freedom inside, absolutely brings the color back to the rose-tinted glasses we call loving life. Life is there to be loved, and it just sucks not to love it. Therefore, laughter and similar spontaneous forms of revelry are permitted without a reason to justify them. Then when you have apprehended having not apprehended, you have made room in the garden of sweet and bitter thoughts for the growing acceptance of everything. Then you may even scold yourself for your looking for peace chronically, out of habit, the great gulf between what it is to look and what it is to see. Thank you.
All right. Goodness gracious, somebody get my rose-tinted glasses. I might have done one of my sentences pregnant. Fantastic. All right. Come on up to the stage, Joshua. Come on, Joshua. Let's give it up for Joshua. And also Andrew. This ain't easy.
Oh, yes. Good to see Andrew again. He who has spoken the Tao has not spoken the Tao. Alrighty. Let's bring this up. Well, just to let you know, I just got back from LA. Fat. And on the road, I wrote a couple of poems. Interestingly enough, following the Rev, I'm going to read a poem called No Angels. Now, this is part of my existential angst series. So I found that whimsy works best with the audience. So we'll start with existential angst, and we'll end with whimsy. No Angels. I wrote this about 3 hours ago. Between the earth and the sky, above the sea, beneath the stars, is the realm of clouds, uncertain vapor lifted by light, the conversation of water and air. There are no faces in the clouds. We place them there with our doubt and useless hopes. No angels in the clouds, no devils in the clouds. We are the angels. We are the devils. The conversation between heaven and earth.
Yeah.
Now, everyone knows Eeyore, right?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, Eeyore. The thing is, after you've read or experienced Winnie the Pooh, Eeyore is always your favorite character because he's poor Eeyore, man. And interestingly enough, everybody does an Eeyore voice. So I'm debating whether I should do this in the Eeyore. But you know, when I would read to my mom, read Winnie the Pooh, Eeyore would always be kind of sad. Because he talked in a sad way. This is called Eeyore Falls in Love. Are you sure? I mean, I'm just a droopy donkey, living in a pile of sticks that Pooh and Piglet were kind enough to pile in an orderly manner. Not that I deserved it. Just a droopy donkey, bounced constantly by Tigger, shamed by Owl, dismissed by Rabbit, mocked by the trees and the fields, and the snow that falls on my back. I have no hands to brush it off, and long for Christopher Robin to touch me with his healing hands. And now you, who think you can love me, you are wrong, as am I.
Oh, man. That's really sad. Poor Eeyore. Oh, man. I love you, Eeyore. And you should love yourself. Come on, let's give it up for Josh. That was awesome. There we go. There we go. We have a newcomer. Colin, come on up to the stage. Give a warm welcome to Colin. This is the first one of these. This is the first time I'm doing this. Most of this don't make no sense. It doesn't have to. Great. That's a good sign. All right. So the name of this little word, I'm kind of taking back a word by making a new form of the word. It's G-O-D-D, the god goddess, right? Like the cosmic orgasm that's like us blossoming in the ooze of the cosmos. You know what I'm saying? So here we go, man. Here's some. So we got to pay a little homage first, you know, like. All right. I don't know where. All right. It's poesy. It's like poetry except chaos. P-O-E-Z-Y. Should make it easy. Sing! This poesy is a long stain of dirt road. It falls over your floor. It's a prayer for the world. It's polished tawny clay spillage of crystal tea sky. A crown of clouds above Earth, strato-cumulo ecstasy, like hair grown long in ivory winter. Cosmo God says learning is infinite. Says there is no song too soft to go unheard. Each melody is carried by ancient ether. Streams of vibration like dancing malachite night, spine of onions twirl like galaxies. I finally kicked a 5-year fever. I lost myself, have come inside myself, arrived with nothing to no place with no haste. I sing, 6 a.m. to maples, set fire in October. I know one, okay. I have one, I think I only have one of these in my stack. This is great. It's gonna be like four poems put into one. So I got another letter today from Wells Fargo. Oh, no. They asked me for my house and possessions. Luckily, I don't own things anymore. I write them back. I tell them to eat their own shit cake, and I go for a walk. Oh yeah, here we go. We gotta pay homage to my favorite place. I don't know how much time I have. It's the whole grove of land that surrounds the San Francisco Bay. It's just, ooh man, this is a little micro pocket of that. It's so good. All right. Warm bay dew settles onto patio table glass of Woolsey Street, where I first saw poets tingle their noses. In dark apartmentals, oak limbs, hair tangles, songs of labor seem itchy ways. Witch hazel, was that your alarm? No, that was just someone interrupting. Oh, no worries. I'm doing. Just making sure. A hollow doorway on Woolsey Street.
unconditionally gentle fur, sardonic raincoat, or invitation for post-idea consciousness. Water onto clay of reality, remolding self and wealth. Docile word symbols chalked on pavement, sweating foggers as if eating, as if burning tree bones, and the wind manufactures chimes for glittering eyes. Interstate ransacks enormity, crows of machinery, East Bay, a wrestle of engines, blue sirens wheezing into the outskirts from Oakland proper, where, somehow, it is as if my bones still sit, more agreeable to me now that this 2-year dream has ceased. And as I awoke in the fishy jaw of sidewalk caulk, I did not know that I could not know anything at all. I was here, but already gone? No, just chrome skeletal spirit of woe been gone, has returned, is gone. Tomorrow recapitulated into today, while toads in long grass eat winged snacks. I lounge in the fever of contemplation, scrounge for intellectual worms in urban soil. How have I come back here to collect the chaos? Have I a deficit of lamentations, esquado blado permutations? Wait, says my epidermis. Yes, I have been in a long wait. No ticket window, no freight yard, no sidewalk slam poet, raspberry jam under fingernail. I must make gusto organic commune of pesto post haste. No, language of my body is made to make rosy. Frisco Bay is majesty, shape of a cosmic rose, vortex. Let's roasting under I-580 in a 30-gallon oil salad, silt of cosmic rose petals molting, sapphire, violet fandango. My memory bloomers bouncing council of uppers and downers. Sparkle spackle of sweet autumn dew, chartreuse sidewalk lamps creates the self, same fear that it alleviates. I elevate combustion in skull space. Vibes on electro stencil of brain pencil. Ink blotto theory of origination. Black tots on structureless firmament, newly awakening evening sky, but the door is lost, and the key was too abstract, and it sunk to the bottom of the plunk. So morning sows the sky, lavendin drinks its apple pie. I am fortune's periwinkle dream boy. I am still unendurable, but less coy. Transistor radio up my spine, graphic novel of my hair, silhouette of ancient trees bandaged around my pupils. I have come back to see the East Bay. Street lamps hang on the skewer of darkness to make totems of dust, to harvest rust on rustling foliage, sizzling coconut curry in a cast iron pan of wind, cookery of hot hotties blown hotter by a mysterious bed of crimson coals that glow somewhere between ocean brine and skeletal rind.
There we go. I'm loving it. Periwinkle. Dream boy. Well done, Colin. Hope you come back next week, too. Sorry for the interruption. Some people don't know it's Tuesday and they think they can just talk to me on the phone.
Aren't you supposed to turn it off?
No, I'm supposed to turn the alarms on.
Oh.
Anyway, come out of there, Jesse. Come on.
Hey, Jesse.
Hey, Jesse.
Inca, 4 sons, 4 cosmic gears, 4 sons. It is done, it's begun. Cosmic gears, daughters, Muju energy, Palladians, spirit animal, yin yang, rice men, black burnt, beta fish, submerge, sunset. Reflect 4 sons, glow 4 soul, picked up notes, soul rhythm roots, floating notes of the changing tones of things we've known. 4 sons, 4 daughters, 4 sons, 4 daughters, higher chakras, higher frequency, 4 for you, out of the cold ice, 4 suns, hummingbirds, nectar, golden suns, burn another bowl of oatmeal, yin yang, rice men, black burnt, bed of fish, submerged, sunset, reflect 4 sons, 4 daughters, 1, 2, 3, 4, rock and roll, 4 sons, 4 daughters, gentle roots, soft glow below, down chord tone, golden daughters, jazz rhythm roots, floating notes, Palladians, changing tones of things we've known. 4 sons, Inca, 4 sons, cosmic ears, chakras, 4, you. Feel your soul fire burn together, bright and mellow, down below, glow, soft, gentle roots, 4 sons, glow, souls, warm summer day, 4, you. Burn another bowl of oatmeal.
I felt really bad about that. I was very hungry. Thank you, Jesse. Thank you. 1, 2, 3, 4, rock and roll. All right, Jacob. All right, Jacob. Yeah. Jacob. Wave is way, the way, sing that it's way, am I, said Jesus, wave the Tao and I'll live to start you in being dominant, A, B, to cease's moment at the enough getting I am. Involvement, ego, moment, toe, van, Dane lost pain, pressure, no, yes, evil is there. Good is there, man is there, God is there. Polarization still is it, duality still its bad form of world in the pain's highest autumn wine. It's a plain astro, it's another, it's yang of worlds at sea on unity. Dane lost pain, pleasure, no, yes, evil is there, good is there, man is there, God is. Polarization still is it, duality still its bad form of worlds in the plain's highest of wine. It's a plain astro, another, it's yang of worlds, see you unity. You can say all of these things in different orders so that you're not actually plagiarizing. Do you not have self, cannot go here soon, and love when you know it, transforms eventually itself, power, and of course from those itself, anyone go together. You're cheating in polarity, polar, hippies, polar, you can on. Definite man gives straightening to happen. You said this is within, without, believe me, and all that it's yourself. You are all this stuff. Happens extracting the gates, years each time. Call you harder, the fact struggles in the end. He strolls indefinite, he struggles with the desire that hinders him a sample. That's one. Woo! Yeah! Round 2. Indexes books to hang out with Rose, with spiritual Torah, Dowd, Hay morning, day life of Crown Jeff, the message of the Christmas, the suture of PNY, noonday, the secret boo. Whatever you think, but whatever you think, okay, are you talking about you let me in on what you're talking about? How do you like sports? Quote, or so what do you do in this game, Casey? What do you play? How do you make points in the push buttons and white flashes on the screen? And then I was laughing and there's music over job security. Gone clever, Pinglick, so what do you do in this game, Casey? What do you play? How do you make points in the push buttons and white flashes on the screen? And then I was laughing, and there's music over juice. I. Okay, another one. We're just here to have fun, have smoke a lot, hope some shit ain't that the pot. I think about it, going to be here for a reason. It's that lunatic in the tech back stacked in the return booth. Black blood. Bronzen conic, we're just here to have fun and smoke a lot. Hope some shit ain't that the pot. I think about it, going to be here for a reason. Is that lunatic? Is the tech backed, sacked, and retur? The tender Roni snatched from the BA cares and NBA really cares.
lot more than Sacramento. Don't sleep, train, arena, ever Sacramento. At Sacramento, Thompson collision, switch Bosch rebounds, hit Kings, Johnson Thompson, sports bra on the tender, Roney snatched, and the BA cares. NBA really cares a lot more than that. Sacramento, don't sleep, train, arena, ever. Sacramento, at Sacramento. Thompson collision, switch Bosch rebounds, Heat Kings Johnson. Thompson sports back ball bounce to collision, to Bosch to State Farm collision, to Howard's Holland on Sacramento. Ball over the brown belt, ball is hitting the ground and hit the ground again. Ball is on the ground, ball is rolling, ball is flying over the bowl. It is the air bowl, the moves, and you're in basket, ball clipped. RTF trying you, boy, yoy, oi, back, ball, bounce to collision, to Bosch to State Farm collision, to Holland on the Sacramento, ball over the brown belt, ball is hitting the ground and hit the ground again. Ball is on the ground, ball is rolling, it's flying over the bowl, and its air bowl moves into the basket. Baloy, boy, yoy, on the crowd, starts smoke a lot, bitch. On the crowd, starts smoke a lot, bitch. Sacramento Kings on the ball, bounces to the black guy, is the guy who shot the ball, but the ball flew, all goes well. Down spell, bounce ball, staying North Pole in the baskets, into the net. Got to hit the ground some more, bows on the ground, balls bouncing, yo, big ass. Smia fucking bumped up to brew much bammer on the crowd, start smoke a lot, bitch. Sacramento Kings on the ball, bounce to the black guy, is the guy who got shot in the ball, but the ball flew, all goes well. Down spell, bounce ball, staying North Pole in the basket, into the net. Got to hit the ground some more bows on the ground, balls bouncing your rote. Sure, it was your way later on the road. Back to handbook, to hand, and then catch his hands, and over and catches they didn't hand his investing position, and up and over and catches and froze it, and catches and catch his hand down to the end, and makes it go and move hands down. Durin from really, really ready, made assure it was so your way later on the road back to handbook, to hand, and then catch his hands, and over and catch as they didn't hand his investing position, and up and over and catches and froze it, and catches him, catch his hand down to the end, and makes it go and move. Okay. Time done.
I think you should become a sports. One of the sports guys. That was really entertaining. Don't you guys think that was fucking so funny? Oh, well done. Come on up to the stage, Steven. I summon you.
Riddled lamictal, riding loose, dimes out, times expired, the meters expired. Cop stopped to write a ticket and tear it off with a smile. 2-hour limit today, 2 ways I'm getting fined in time to work a day to pay off morning's debt. Heck, I guess I'm late by design. I missed the morning bus and cheer, but my face found a puddle, and this self-sorry worried woes begot a mind with very little struggle, catching eyes and drop them just as fast as I take a glance and stuff it in my pocket, maybe later savor something that wasn't killed in advance. The pills, the thrills, the evangelical pharmaceutical cuts, the herbs themselves they help, a pasty face he never gets enough. Not marijuana, man, it's valerian skullcap and rough bark teas made elixir save the day with a mental hug. Natural remedy, accentupuncture, needles in skin, pushing pressure nerves in between spaces where cells begin. Neurological constable, he told me, son, take your time. You got a lot of years ahead of you and don't think you're gonna die. So fuck it, the doom bringer can take a nap himself. I told my demons, put your whips and flails and chains up on a shelf. I'm trying to chill and we can hang, but if you start to get rough, I'm gonna conjure apparition defense and fight myself. It's not so tough. So fuck you, dude. I don't mean to be rude, but I ate your cooking for a year and I'm full of your food. Stop the news and presses. I got nothing to say. I just hate false information being brought to my brain. So hunker down and relax. I'll chip chop this rip, rap, and tug anyone's hair thinking they don't know how to love. The only reason we exist is to find a space where we fit in. We weren't born as dirt or leaves. We get to be human for a bit. One more that I kind of have memorized, so I might mess up, but I'll try it. We have to worm the wooded nest of best intentions left unchecked, and addled, rattled cattle's yield of repetition, wishing best. I'll test the rest of breasts, of breaths, the best of luck to you, I said, so clearly needing reconcile with the demons in our head. But now I'm chillin', this fish illin', fillin' mouth of fillings, brim with children's hands and feet were forgiven, willing brains to meet delivered, to no egrets, no regrets between the knees, Jesus. Release the clean seed breeze between the teeth of heathens is what she said. To mandibles demanding masticating like Hannibal relating, breaking elements of time and tables debating, because living or lack of dying was losing definition daily. But now it's aged like cheddar, and it's sharp like cheddar, and it's money like cheddar. Like a liken's howl likening to base damage on my towers. Those damaged such towers were taken, the base invaded, racks were taken, ancient fucking over, break it, uncreated, raise it, rape it, cretinavile agent, take it. But don't waste your brain trying to have or trying to hate it.
Word. Oh, man. Freaking awesome. Tonight's been freaking awesome. Oh, yeah. I summoned Anna. Give it up for Anna. Give it up.
Go on the wait list. Long johns, journal or sketch, secret garden book. You know, it's
Oh, you're good?
yeah.
Man.
Phone and charger, socks and undies, pills, beanies, bandana, TB and TP, TP and TP, H2O, snacks, nuts, rice. Call mom on day dead, frisbee / sack, shorts / dress / shirt / flannel, and the story. It seems only proper to spill the beans with a hint of marijuana and tobacco, not Tabasco, since it influenced largely how we felt. This, what we decide to do, and how fate laid her fingers over our windshield. Now, I cannot be judged for this, but I like to wake up early with food, a journal, and a dirty bowl because it artificially reminds me I am a baby to the day and bad by habit. Only human, but so immense by imagination. Hear me now, dear, the story, but really all I needed was some H2O. Every step you probably drank H2O. What is it, you may like to think? I wonder why you like to think anyway. Slow down, it's just to feel good. I can see other scenarios play out on our trip like, oh, slow lovemaking, oh, fuck me, at the time and place, he came soon after I said that. We like to play with these threads. I like to see how people run. Man, oh man, the insecurities of short shorts and make your male gyms and failing to run the proper fashion. Doom, doom, only doom, and the fear stemming from doom ideas. Embarrassment seeps from these lateral passageways. Passage and tunnels and firing off neurons is how I work. Not with Adderall, Tylenol, or vitamins. Distasteful. I imagine my life on a small, quaint, this word rhymes with taint, stage that is Homeric, epic, as I choose my own tragic flaw. Swoon, swoon, so soon, swoon to catch my breath. 1, help each other. 2, maintain peace. 3, try your darnest to stand out and be heard. Oh, be heard, run, ah, ooh, scream the pain. Oh, are we okay? Did we get stung? Oh, we're okay, always been okay. I speak partly quotes from our vacation. Our honeymoon was good, Mother. Glad we called you. You are not a burden. We struggle. We children, and we are going to be all right. Sooner than ever, I hope. I'm so tempted to read over what I've written as Neil comes to tell me I love you too. Bye, Anna. I love you too. After it's cold and what is this? Then what just happened was our fear. My fear perceived us waving hand signs as take care, mundane, sweet, still coward to look into each other's eyes. Souls too similar? Create your own argument. Dang, it is so gray and sparkling outside. I wonder why. Hey, listen to the croaking birds. Look at those blooms. I think it's spring every day within the last month. It has mimicked this day, and this Oregon weather is gray, so it must be Oregon spring. Oh, on these rainy days, I feel the weight of my own love captivate me. If no one else will love you, love yourself. Walk with folks if you love yourself. What else does that seem like? 1, make a list. 2, look hot, be cold. 3, feast. Then look up, exhale, and remember your morning.
Just a reminder, love yourself. True words. Really, really in Venomous tonight. I always do. Anyway, we got another newcomer. Come on up to the stage, Gabriel.
All right.
As you can see. There we go.
You guys are so cool.
Come on!
Takes one, no one.
2 poems for y'all this evening. Your body tells a story if you take the time to listen to it. Sitting with the rhythm of the ripples of the living fluid. The vision's musical movements begin to permeate and resonate in every crevice in between the vertebrae. There is a vertical current that starts to penetrate, emerging from the cervix towards the heavens in a splendid grace. The hesitations begin to fade and just fall away. This realization that everything, it is all a game. The ball and chain that contain you begin to dissipate, and matter decomposes into simple strands of information. The strange sensation that every part of the situation fits within the separate perception of every single player. Witness the layers and peel them back as you feel the passion. Reveal the fact that we're actually all just breathing atoms. Reveal the path that will catch us and lead us to the source. The answer's waiting, but you have to want to hear it first. Feeling this poem like I channeled Andrew a little bit. Thank you, brother. It's good to know you. Yoga. Yoga is the cure to cancer. And by yoga, I mean union. And by cancer, I mean cornered. And by union, I mean flow. And by cornered, I mean capital. So flow is the cure to capital. And by flowing, I mean knowing that no thing can stop you from being whole. And by being whole, I mean beholding the notion of floating and being held. For well-being is, well, seeing the self, seeing the self, seeing the self, seeing the self, seeing.
And when self sees self, self needs wealth not, for when self sees self, self sees self's God. Everything. Capital. However, is this cancerous canker sort of construct creeping its way into our consciousness? Constipating, confining, controlling, constricting, captain, keeping us captive in our own courtyard. The sulfurous sultan known as Satan stabbing and starving us in our own gardens. He sees the stardust and seeks to strangle it for his own amusement, selling subtle stories that strip us of our sacred understanding. But by standing under the starry sky, the story tells itself to those who listen, to those whose vision has been honed by simple acts of sacrifice and service. Home has never been a place to leave. Home has been the blessing that they breathe. And breath has been the question that they ask for entertainment, for the strengthening of self is something effortless and ancient. And although the self is selfish in its quest for self-preservation, it is silly to suspect that it will never end up fading. So I stress again that if this sultry question has an answer, it is surely that breath, well, breath is the cure to cancer.
You hear that, Internet? We found a cure. Whoop, whoop. Thank you, Gabriel. All right, we've got another newcomer. Come on up to the stage, Andrew Higgins. Oh, come on now.
All right, can everyone hear me? Good. I'm going to start off the story to get my nerves a little bit loose. So I was at the, went to go get some bananas today. Then I fucking did that. So first I'm failing at life, but anyways. So I went to go to the store today to get some bananas. The poem's a little bit short, so I'm going to get some backstory. I go in there, and there's like no bananas at all. There's always bananas at the store, you know, like this constant thing. So I asked the guy, and this is one of those undisclosed, like fancy schmancy, grocery stores. I like to treat myself like that. So I go in, and I asked the guy, I said, hey man, where are the bananas? And he turns to me, he's like, where do you think? Literally, like he literally says that. And so my response was, it sounds like they got shoved up your ass. So anyway.
They did get shoved up.
Sorry, that wasn't really a good joke. Anyways.
That was a great joke.
No, yeah, that actually happened to me too. He's smiled. At first he was like, I'm gonna kick your ass. And I was like, oh, you're an employee, you can fire. So anyways, I don't usually do this. I don't really usually read poems. But like, I kind of whipped this some at night after working like 12 hours straight. So I was kind of tired, a little delirious, very critical of society. I'm also kind of a cynical bastard too. So that sucks too. So here goes nothing. We're everywhere and nowhere. We're everyone and no one. Our apathy can't hide our insecurities forever. We're leftovers in a new world. We're lovers who are unloved. We can't tear ourselves away from our screens. We yearn for something we feel we deserve, yet have done nothing to earn it. We demand the best and are surprised when it's only an advertisement. We brought this on ourselves. We could have stopped it any time by not paying for it. Yet we can't get enough. Greed demands that we buy the best, when our own best is barely enough. Survival is second to none, as if it's a birthright, or our head to our gun. We blame society on our misfortune, quote unquote, yet barely ever acknowledge that we, in fact, are social creatures. We keep trying, though, in a vain attempt to realize this fact. Our world is dying, but no, we say, we've only just begun. Where then are our great achievements, our epics, our scientific wonders, our revolutions? It's okay, go on YouTube. There's one already happening. Don't worry, it's not in your street, or town, or state, or country. Where is our God? We worship him, or her, or it, yet whenever we conquer our obstacles, or face our demons, or defeat the laws of physics, our God, quote unquote, is nowhere to be found. We're going to need these things in the coming decades. But for now, let's revel in decadence and self-satisfaction while we roll around in our own sense of morality and scrutinize security. Global warming? Not in my lifetime. Largest exodus of human beings from American coastlines in 30 years? Nah, don't believe you. It's not like mathematics ever proved anybody wrong. Our vanity is entwined in our spirituality. Why invest in the future? Why live for generations? Why save what little we have so that others, people who have yet to exist, have an earth to even inherit? Let's just get high and forget about it. We are individuals, though, and artists. What about engineers or scientists? Aren't these people the very ones who are hated the most, yet loved for their creations? I speak of the artists too. Don't worry. Our nation is one that is divided on every issue. We have more laws than you can shake a stick at. We can't seem to rouse ourselves from our slumber of cybersecurity, fast food, organics, fair trade, and samsara. Travel on someone else's dime. Be self-sufficient for someone else's sufficiency. Fall in love, get married, reproduce, obey. We have a camera on every person. We have a law about everything. Nobody can hide now. Why make the big decisions in life when we can let someone else make them for us? We have a status quo that is unbreakable and a sweater and diet to match. This is freedom. Don't worry, just Google it.
Huh.
There you go,
No, thank you very much. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh man, so we have come to the final destination of the poetry night. It's been an interesting night with many highlights. You know, I am so grateful to see all you people here. Where the fudge were you last week? I don't care. That's over. You drunks. Anyway, I introduce our own Karen Dollier.
I have to tell you that I like going last because I get to enjoy the other poets, and it inspires me, and I take my hat off to all of you. I'm unplugged because Josh has asked me not to play, but that's okay. So what I'm going to do is, what I always do is, I call it improving, free versing, whatever you want to call it. I don't know, but it comes to mind. And I've grown accustomed to not liking myself these days. And yet, in that vacuum where I stand in mashed delusion, like the potatoes that sit too long in my refrigerator and their eyes turn upward, staring at the invariable sources of my nutrition. But that is why I wonder tonight, as I wipe the sleep from my eyes and realize that I am awake, that this is actually a reality that I cannot forsake or stand aside and let it pass. In the venues of whatever this issue may be, this world that I have invented, the statuary figures of time and space, like people, each one a separate and connected source of enlightenment. I'm being vague, and yet I have a dream. My dream is to live an old age, to live to be at least 95. And if I do, I reckon I'll be a happier person for it. The journey has been arduous for definite decisions I made. And in the things I'm trying to say right now, I'm not being too poetic, but I will try to be, because that's what I feel my essence is. The streams that dance at my feet as I walk across the barefooted forest of time. watching every step, I find myself wondering if, I don't know, what is going on? I can't seem to write tonight. But I've been writing a lot of poetry, and the truth is, I can't, everything's been said, and all I can think of are my dreams. My dreams are coming true. Like so many birds extending across the sky, their song, wisdom, stretching their wings far and wide and seeking truth. I am not really here tonight. I don't know where I am. I seem to be lost and found at the same time, like looking in a mirror and thinking, that's me. But when I look out at you, I see that's me in each and every one. And it scares me shitless, of course. It seems that I can't hide. Not from myself, not from you, not from that faceless wonder of the universe that I call God or Goddess. Not from the eyes that peer from the floorboards and stare into the night, wondering of the crumbs that ramble through their brains as they search for meaning of some sort of reality. I don't know why I can't see myself as beautifully as you see me. Why I find my faults so great, so very arduous climb to heaven, and yet if Olympus were to open its doors tonight and welcome me in, and all the gods and goddesses nakedly standing, greeting each and every one of us to that wonderful party or soiree of time, it seems to me that I would be invited if I took my boots off and walked silently through the rainforest of my awakening and found in that forest the tree of my understanding, that seedling of a mighty sequoia to be. The sequoia in the forests of my mind is welcoming me like the heartstrings of a harp, playing the music that I am and singing forth the dreams that we all issue. Each and every one has a dream of love. The love of the cockroach for its fruitcake deserted. The love of the deer for her fawn. The love for the motherless child to the venturous waiting arms of another mother. And who is our mother, and who am I? Am I not that child who wants to be held, wants to be kissed and told, yes, the nightmares will go away? The scars on your arm tell me that you have hurt much more than I, that your blood runs deep, a river that issued from horrible, horrible pain that I can't imagine. And yet you smile, and your tears smile, and I smile back at you, wondering, why is this love so hard to find? Why can't I just look inside myself, creep inside this empty space, and fill it like a hot air balloon, and take me to those mountaintops, take me to the forest floors of Olympus, where the mighty sequoia of time now stands, and nakedly I arrive only to find that I have wiped the sleep from my eyes again. Thank you.
That hit me right here. That was beautiful. You know what? Give yourselves a big round of applause. Thank you. Thank you for coming out tonight. Thank you, everyone. This has been page 2 poetry at Cush. You may now close your textbooks and drink your coffee and come back next week because I love you. And Cush loves you. And you should love yourself.
I don't know what's going on.
Yes, we are.
I don't know what's that.
Well, all I can say is
I'll have to listen to it.